So, hello everyone and welcome and Happy New Year. I think I can still say that. So, you see I'm on the road again, and that's going to the Nordschleife again, so to speak. So Audi invited everyone who scored well or won something last year in the Audi TT. A shootout, you could say. So we all will have a race today against each other, and then we'll have the overall Audi TT winner. And I, of course, was invited because I won the Swedish Audi TT Cup last year, as you may remember. So I'm highly curious how it will be to face some familiar faces who went on after the Swedish Cup to race somewhere else, but also some new faces from other Audi TT related competitions where I haven't been involved in. One final announcement. So there will be another online competition by my current sponsor for a ride share to the next event. I'm not yet revealing what the next event will be, so at least you will know the location if you go to my sponsor's rideshare platform and then look for a ride with the following code that you see at the top right at this video at this moment. And then maybe you can win a ride with me to that location, and of course free entry for the entire day, and also ride back with me from the event afterwards. So be sure to check out that page. And otherwise, yeah, I'm as curious as you probably how this day will end and where we'll finish in this Audi TT shootout on the Nordschleife. See you on track. So here I'm on track on the Nordschleife after 1 hour of practice, where we all could experience the Audi TT, or in my case got reacquainted with it after having driven the BMW M2 for most part of the past year on the Nordschleife. So we're racing on the VLN layout, so here at the sprint version with a shortcut that's coming up soon, and then onto the full Nordschleife. And yeah, it was a bit of a change again, going from rear-wheel drive to front-wheel drive, and also what is deactivated now, but what I will have to remember again during the race is to use the push-to-pass, because that's something the BMW M2 didn't have, but the Audi TT has, of course, and that makes a huge difference here on these long straights. Now it is a time for qualifying, so we all have just one lap, and then whenever you make a mistake, then you're probably further down the order, and when you manage to nail the Nordschleife perfectly, then you're up front. Since most of you are probably well familiar with the Nordschleife, I'm not going to comment the full qualifying lap. The only thing is I'm going to run into traffic, so that's not helping over the entire qualifying lap. So let's see where we'll end up, and I will have some more commentary at the end of the qualifying lap.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. That's the end of the session. E9.
Car left. Hold your line. Clear left. On your right. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear right.
So we're approaching the end of the lap, and here The traffic will probably help since I'm part of the slipstream. So overall, at the moment, 10th. And in the end, I was then dropping down to 14th, last one to set a time, so the others below had their lap time invalidated. So as you can see, first sector was great, second sector was okay, but then I had a few issues in the final sector, and that was in this close field enough to drop me down the order. So it will be an interesting race from back there, and there were also some familiar names here on the grid, so that will be very interesting then hear what I can do from this far down. So start of the race.
Go, go, go.
Have I now learned to make better starts? Not too bad.
Car left. You're on the right, 3 wide.
Not great.
On your left, clear all round.
But in this first corner everything can happen. So I was a bit careful here.
3 wide, you're on the left. You're in the middle.
And yeah,
Yellow flag.
carnage. And I'm stuck in the middle, literally. Probably wasn't entirely
Clear all round.
innocent.
Green flag, you're clear of the incident. Okay,
So
start
now I have-
holding. Time to get to work.
Yeah, now I have to catch up, and I have my work cut out here.
Sector 1 is clear.
So what will probably help me is that the guys ahead are fighting, and I have a clear track. So I was
Lindholm is leading the race.
hopeful that I can catch up. And this looks decent, so the cars seem to get larger that are ahead of me.
Okay, Andy, you're reeling X-guard in. The gap is now 0.9.
So here's the confirmation. The downside is, of course, now comes the part where you can't really overtake.
Yellow flag.
Oh, sorry.
On your left.
Green flag, you're clear.
Clear left.
Yeah, so I'm back with the pack, but also stuck in the pack. And as fun as these corners are, you can't really get alongside and overtake. Yeah, so everyone is maybe a bit cautious here and not wanting to brake too late and have some crashes like this.
Left side.
So that was
clear.
my impatience showing, I guess. And this is now, of course, very, very tricky with the speed, but the cars aren't really built for necessarily, except for having a 6th gear that can cope with the speeds. I also didn't use push to pass because I figured I'm going to catch up anyway at the braking zones, and you can't really get alongside, and the slipstream works well on its own. I'll probably be a bit too cautious in these fast corners with lift of oversteer, but I rather thought I'd play it safe. So far I'm staying with them, and also have an empty rear mirror. That was also good. Now to another tricky part.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flags are out, and
Car left.
big crash.
3 wide.
Cars
You're
are
on the right.
all over the place, and I'm lucky to get through unscathed,
Clear left.
basically without a
Green flag,
scratch.
all clear.
So now in 9th. Not that I did something for it. And now I have a empty track ahead of me again. Lost some time, of course.
Yellow has retired.
So the first casualties. Yeah, they were probably a bit optimistic there, and if someone makes a mistake there, then they're just toast and getting
Sector 2 is green.
hit by the others who have no time to react. So maybe it was even a blessing that I was stuck rather late or rather far behind in the pack, that I wasn't in the midst of it.
The gap to Lapalainen ahead is now 3.8.
Yeah, so that's what my work is now, that I have to catch up to those in front, but hopefully still can play a role in the race. Although I'm already playing a role that's better than the role I had at the start, due to this less than ideal qualifying. And of course, ahead is someone I know of the Swedish Audi TT Cup. So he was among the invitees. I'm not sure whether he won or scored well somewhere else, or whether he scored actually well in the Audi TT Cup. I just remember, I think I raced him in the first race. So the front-wheel drive Audi, and here I think it's the first time push to pass that I hopefully don't lose too much, because I think the guys ahead still have their slipstream and I certainly don't. These are corners where it's actually easy in the Audi TT, front-wheel drive and all, to have a good line and have good traction overall. So I think in the BMW...
Push to pass is now available, 16 activations left. The gap to Muller behind is now 4.3 seconds.
This would be now much more work.
The gap to Lapalainen in front is now
Getting a bit
3.3
wide here,
seconds.
that's always a problem, that the brakes aren't as strong as when you brake from high speeds. We're actually running negative rear wing here, so that certainly doesn't help braking. This is flat, this is also flat. And here you have to start braking, but not too much. There's a surprising amount of, especially mechanical grip. And you can work with these curves as well. But a pity that I lost sight to the guy ahead. And this wasn't the 100 perfect lap, because I think that always helps a little bit if you see someone ahead. Whereas if it's just you on your own. Once you get used to it, this part is actually fun, and especially these right-handers here are actually very, very easy in the Audi compared to rear-wheel drive cars. This is a bit more difficult because the car doesn't want to turn. The jump is fun. This is all flat here, but you have to really work the steering wheel to make the car turn, because it doesn't want to. And this can be extremely fast if you know that you have to turn in early and can carry the speed. This is also rather easy here to carry the speed, whereas the next two are rather difficult because again the car doesn't want to turn at these high speeds. And it's very important here to carry the momentum. So this is tough now. Everyone ahead at the slipstream, whereas I'm not. And push to pass can only do so much.
Muller is reeling you in. The gap's now 0.8. Push to pass is available. 15 activations left.
I didn't activate push to pass again because I figured it's more powerful, not when you use it close to top speed, but rather when you activate it when you enter the start-finish straight. So here. Okay, 1 lap down, 20 minutes to go.
P9.
Not bad on paper, but I didn't like the distance to the car ahead.
Now leading.
Not the perfect first corner.
Okay, push to pass is now available. 14 activations remaining.
So I'm beginning to see them, so it looks like here they slow themselves down pretty well.
Now half power. Stay on it, keep digging.
Due to
20 minutes to go.
Due to infighting, because if you go side by side through these corners, that certainly doesn't make you faster. So this was now more to my liking. And I had the best first sector already during qualifying, so it seems that I've found something here that the others haven't. But again, I've now caught up at a point where you can't overtake anymore for a fair amount of time. So that wasn't really helping. But at least I'm now back with the pack and they are fighting left and right. Oh, sorry again. They really have to brake early because everyone is standing in everyone else's way.
You're reeling half power in. The gap is 0.45.
And I think Hofbauer must be from another series, at least the name doesn't ring a bell. And yeah, once I'm there, I have an easy time staying with them. So that's great. And don't need push to pass, because again, Slipstream does the job and I don't need to be faster than them, because then I only have to brake earlier. And here I'm getting cautious again, but everyone is staying on the grey bits, so that's good. I think here is the first time, or the only few times when I actually used the 6th gear in the Audi at all, because on those short Swedish tracks there was, I think, no space for 6th gear. Oh, they don't look that
Right
safe
side,
there.
clear right.
Yeah, on the outside through Ehrenberg, thank you. Not something you do every day. And then onto the corner where there was the big crash the last time.
On your left.
Yellow flag.
And yeah,
Left.
another big crash and carnage,
Clear
and
clear all round.
Green
I
flag
sort of
for
had
clear.
the intuition. That something would happen again. So I was ready to brake when I saw the first car sliding, even before the yellow flag was out. But now I'm in 4th. Not
Last
much
retired
to
from the race.
things I achieved and the next casualty. But rather through, yeah, the others being a bit overambitious and me luckily not being caught in the middle, just at the tail end, and then making myself through unscathed. And now it's the same game as last lap, playing catch up to the now leading pack. Again, I will have lost the slipstream.
Lindholm in. The gap's now 3.9 seconds. Green flag, sector 2. Ellis has just retired.
Next casualty. At least I'm seeing them again, so let's hope it stays that way. But of course they have the slipstream on the upcoming, well, sort of straight, whereas I don't.
Hoffer is leading the race.
but they also seem to go left and right, so I suspect they're fighting, and that's giving me a chance to catch up. And push to pass, of course. I don't think I'm getting slipstream, but at least this is closer than last lap. And let's hope they keep standing in each other's way.
Push to pass is now available. 13. Activations left. The gap to lap alignment behind is now 12 seconds.
Yeah, so it looks like I got very easy through the carnage, and everyone else in the same pack had more issues. If I'm at 12 seconds faster or ahead
15 minutes left.
than the guy behind. Yeah.
That's halfway. The fuel will be tight. We think you'll get to the end, but we're not sure.
At 12 seconds ahead of the guy behind, who also had to make their way through the carnage. The carousel always remained a sort of an enigma to me. How fast you can actually go in there. I was always a bit cautious there. Losing a bit of time there. Upper middle sector during qualifying was fine, so not a big deal in general. Yeah, and here if you're just a little bit too fast, then the car doesn't want to turn and you compromise everything else. This is flat, by the way, here, and then you have to just short dabs on the brake to work with lift of oversteer, but not too much oversteer, to make the car turn. I think it's something I haven't really fully mastered yet, and something I didn't have to do on the Swedish tracks. But they seem to cost themselves a lot of time, because I actually see them now. So I'm catching up actively. And this should give me slipstream on the Döttinger Höhe, if I can keep it this way. This corner is so counterintuitive here, because you have to really slow down so that you can accelerate very early. Yeah, they seem to be really slow here. They're making huge gains, whereas I had much more trouble in the previous lap. Now this is flat even in the slipstream, which you notice that you lose aero grip. Oh, and one is off, but whoa, manages to rejoin without killing anyone. And yeah, this certainly doesn't make them faster. And this is definitely slipstream on the Döttinger Höhe. I even have to... Can I make it stick already here?
Hold your line. Still there. Clear right.
I rather want to take the momentum, which we lost anyway. Look at the gap between Lindholm ahead and then the car ahead. And you also got the better momentum. Should have maybe stayed behind and then hoped for my luck here. But if he would have I relented, then I would be ahead, so it's... yeah, there's a trade-off. But you don't know what's happening.
The gap to Lindholm ahead is increasing. It's now 0.9. Okay, push to pass is now available. 11. Activations left.
I think this is still slipstream. I think I'm a little bit faster than I was the lap before in terms of top speed. So, 2 more laps from the overall time.
The leader's just done a 9:06.5 seconds. You're looking really good. Come on, keep your focus. P4.
Okay, this looks decent. What can I do in the first sector?
Incident sector 3, yellow flag.
So far, so good.
Push to pass is now available. 10. Activations left.
And 10 activations left look good for the remaining laps. And yeah, not sure why he was napping there.
Well done, Andy. Nice
But I don't complain. But these two are battling. And yeah, if they go here, we'll try to go side by side and push them wide, and yeah, that's certainly not helping them to stay
Green flag in sector 3.
fast. Can I make something happen on
Now
the
in front is offer.
Car
upcoming
left.
straight here? If
Clear left.
they're standing in each other's way? Nah, probably not. I mean, I'm now on the podium and that counts for something, and we still have 2 times starting a her coming up anyway. So no need to risk something.
Lindholm is getting
And there's also
closer.
someone
The gap
behind.
is now 0.15.
So defense is now, I think for the first time, equally important than attack. And also not to run
10
into
minutes
these
remaining, 10
two
minutes. Well done, Andy. This is terrific. Exactly
combatants
what we came
ahead.
here for. Hold your nerve. Make them do the work.
And if we look at things just from the pure standings perspective, after starting in, what was it, 14th? Now being in 3rd is certainly nothing to sniff at, especially at this track.
That's half fuel. You've used half your fuel.
So now I'm cautious again. I don't need to risk anything here. A, I have slipstream to work for me, and B, there is no chance that I can overtake here anyway unless they make a big mistake. And I don't think I can catch anyone at Arenberg on the outside twice in a row. Why are they braking? Ah, because the first guy apparently had a bad exit and now, yeah, they're stuck. Let's hope they get through
We need to
the
get
end
some
of
heat into these
Fuchsröhre.
brakes.
Yep, okay. No crash this time, that's good.
Car right.
So let's just not run
Stay
into them.
right.
Whoa, like this.
Stay close. There might be a chance here. They're pretty slow into turn 5.
So that was less me
Sector 2 is yellow.
wanting to get past desperately. And that looks like more trouble in the Fuchsröhre again with the yellow flag.
Green flag in sector 2.
But more them being slow when, yeah, driving on the grass and, yeah, trying things that don't work. These two look like an accident waiting to happen, so, whoa, yeah. But as long as they keep it on the road, there's nothing I can do. And these front-wheel drive cars
Stay right.
are not that easy to fully spin out, so they can do these acrobatics without too much luck involved.
Stick to the plan.
I suspect
Don't be
if this-
intimidated here.
If this were the BMW, then probably one or both would be already well into the barriers. Yeah, I had the right idea, but I still came on the curbs, so not as early on the gas as I wanted, but still, even if I had nothing really that I can do. But here, finally slipstream for the first time,
Car
after
right.
back.
Clear right.
And that counts as napping, I guess?
Come on, that's the stuff.
Yeah, not every
Tires
time you
cold.
overtake someone on the outside of Bergwerk, or Exmühle. So second place, slipstream, push to pass, everything.
Push to pass is available. 9 activations remaining.
Now the part where I struggle a bit, especially through the carousel. So this is more about defending. Yeah. I could probably do that, but I would probably equally well just slide past the exit of the carousel, and so rather this way than the other way around. As long as I can stay with them, I'm happy. So let's see who does the better job through these twisty parts. Through these fast twisty parts.
Okay, push to pass is now available. 8 activations left. 5 minutes to go. You're looking good for a podium. The gap to Holton ahead is now 0.38.
Oops, sorry. Sometimes I'm surprised how early they brake, and sometimes they just pull away without much rhyme or reason. Might just be intimidated, and that's why they're getting so slow if they're stuck in traffic.
He'll make a mistake. He's pretty slow into turn 5.
At least the car in the rearview mirror got smaller, so that's good. Yep, so they seem to be not fully on top of their game, but here's only space for one car at the best of times. And already have the cars back in the rearview mirror, so no quarter is given. Let's hope I don't lose the slipstream here for Göttingen Höhe. These fast corners is not something I'm particularly good at in the Audi. And yeah, that's okay-ish, I guess. I'm still pulled.
Keep your exit speeds up, stay smooth.
I'm also pulling the guy behind. So no chance to overtake.
7 activations left.
Left side.
And I have to
Line.
block, or rather
Clear left.
should have blocked from the overtake from behind.
Right, defend your position.
Right side. Hold your line.
And getting mobbed,
Hold your line. Clear right.
but nope. And now I had to push to pass, and I guess they hadn't.
Side.
They had used it twice. So
Hold
now
your
I'm
line.
getting the place back.
Hold your line. Still there.
Can I have a shot at Holton as well?
Car left. Clear left.
We tried to defend.
Very little fuel left. That lap
But not
time
well
was
enough.
9:06.
Yep.
Yellow flag. Green flag.
Okay. More issues behind me.
Passes available. 6 activations left.
So let's see whether I can play a game of defend here for the last lap. And of course they're also busy then with each other again, Holton and Hofer.
Green flag, sector 1. That's a new fastest lap for Ola, 8:56.1.
Yeah, so they seem to be very busy, so I don't see them even in my rearview mirror. So that's good. And maybe they were also part of that yellow flag in the first chicane. Woo! So that was tough and surprising, given that I was overtaken on the Göttingen Höhe. But I could keep up, and I guess that's the difference that the slipstream makes. So now one final good clean lap, hopefully. And that they keep the distance, and that they keep themselves busy, more importantly. They seem to be doing a good job at that so far, so let's hope that lasts for the final lap too. So most certainly something I wouldn't have expected, going from 17, or no, from 14 to 9 to 4 to 1, and I only worked really for the top 4 places, and maybe one other, where I overtook someone on the outside in Ehrenberg. So that was mostly luck, with a little bit of intuition that something could go wrong, and also luck that I was involved into the first corner crash, so that I wasn't in the middle of the pack when the first big one happened. So to paraphrase, in the Audi TT everything can happen, and it usually does. Yeah, I don't see anyone in my rearview mirror, so this seems to be in the bag, unless I'm stuff it up somewhere.
Push to pass is now available. 5 activations remaining.
So I'm extra cautious here, not even using the curbs on the inside. Don't have to rush things, and I rather want to keep things neat and precise. Yeah, so I'm not seeing anyone, so I guess they keep infighting over 2, 3, maybe 4. I don't know how many there are after the first corner incident in this lap. But this is also certainly now a different feeling compared to the struggle that I had in the big old Audi V8, where I was just careful to bring the car home. It was certainly very valuable to gain a little bit of real-life track experience in a race car. And this may have played a slight role here as well. A few extra laps of experience. I'm not sure who else here had previous racing experience on the Nordschleife. Even though, of course, the Audi V8 is a totally different beast compared to this one. Although, coming to think of it, not too much difference. So all-wheel drive makes a huge difference in terms of stability. Same with
Yellow flag, sector 2.
front-wheel drive here. Both have ABS. So
it's gone off in via siphon.
So braking isn't a huge issue either. And then it's simply a matter of finding the limit, and here of course then I know the Audi TT much better than I knew the Audi V8. So push to pass here to keep the distance.
Sector 2 is clear.
So last one towards the carousel again, and again I don't need to risk anything here either. Though I'll never find out how the others do it, but they're much faster in the middle. Maybe it's one of the car settings, but the only thing I did was to increase the rear wing slightly. It's still negative, but not as negative as the default, because my rear was dancing a bit too much in the fast corners. Whoop! Stay on the grey lines. I think now that I start noting the tires, they are a pretty hard compound, because in normal races you hardly notice the tires going off, whereas here I think 4 hard laps on the Nordschleife, that's probably a test for every race tire. That's why you see me sliding here a bit. The grip levels that I had in the first laps are certainly not there anymore. So I have to adjust myself a bit. So push to pass, since this is a pretty long straight. Should have maybe waited till after the jump. But have the push to passes to burn, so it doesn't really matter. I'm still not seeing anyone in the rearview mirror. So, for the last time, Schwalbenschwanz. Finally without a car ahead, so they can focus on getting the good line through here. Same for the small carousel. And push to pass onto the Döttinger Höhe. No one in the rearview mirror, though this seems to be in the bag. Most unexpected. But I hardly say no to that. And push to pass again, since it's the last opportunity to use it. And I'm almost hitting 250. So, final corner. Or 2 corners, depending on how you want to count things. Tiergarten. And yeah. So, I guess I won that one.
Nice one, Andy. Great win. You deserved that today.
Yeah, deserve if the survival instinct is something you deserve a win for. So, yeah. That was certainly exhilarating. Lucky. But again, you still have to survive 4 laps on the Nordschleife in a full field in various positions in the pack. So, yeah, there is that. And if we look at the fastest lap, it's actually mine, probably at some point when I had a clear track ahead of me, and I suspect there were also some invalid laps among the others. And yeah, overall, certainly a result I'm happy with, and I think I made my mark here in the Audi TT world. So that was certainly one event, exhilarating to say the least, and a good lesson in survival. And I needed some time to calm down after the race, so we had a nice after party, and it was good to see some of the folks again that I saw regularly while racing in Sweden. And yeah, so everyone was fine, by the way, so no injuries or anything. But yeah, certainly a good lesson for the future, and also one good win for my resume that will hopefully help me in the future to show that I made my mark and opened some new doors for me. So while I'm trying to get on the Autobahn past the trucks, and okay, there is a detour. That's why they are probably slow and looking for where to go. Yeah, so then again, be sure to check out the promotion with this code that you now see on screen on the rideshare platform of my sponsor for the ride to the next event. and at the next event I hopefully can reveal what my plans will be for the season. So either see you there or see you on track.